Yes, digital product family. Hope you guys are well, guys. We're back again with a fantastic SEO video. This one's about how to get the first 100 sales for your listing on Etsy in double quick speed. So, guys, stay right to the end so I can give you some fantastic gems so that you can actually implement these straight away and hopefully get your sales real quick. But, guys, as usual, before I get going, if you do love digital products, you love creating, selling, and all of that great stuff, please hit the like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and don't forget to share the video. Now remember, I've got a playlist of all these SEO tips which I put together, so don't forget, at the end of this one, do check it out at the end and make sure that you get more tips so that you can implement these on your listings also. So without further ado, I'm going to go through some loads of amazing tips to help you guys. So the first of all, look, the most important thing is to do your research. Do your research. First of all, you need to find out if there is demand for this product. There's no point in creating a listing, going through a title, getting the product, trying to sell a product, creating a product if the product is actually not in demand. There's no point in that. So you do your research, and how you do your research is obviously, hopefully you'd have some kind of SEO software, which you definitely do need these days. I use EVERBEE, which is like my go-to SEO software. Check out the links in my description for everything that I do use, but EVERBEE is fantastic. It does help you do your research, keyword research, product analytics, and all sorts of things, guys. It's really amazing. So what I do is I'd obviously have a look and see what products I can rank for, what products, if it's a new listing, what products am I going to search for in my niche. So if my niche is wall art, I want to look at some new wall art ideas, hopefully that people are looking for, but there's not many people actually doing it, right? And that way you have an advantage. You actually get a chance to get clicked on. So you got to do a lot of things. These are many different parts of a puzzle that come together, guys, that you need to implement if you want to get those sales. So the first thing is research. Do your research, guys. Analyze some really good listings that are doing really well, and think about whether there's a place for you to be able to sell. Look at things that are just, I always go for ones that sell really well, niches in the digital product world that are selling. But what I do like to do is I like to find the sub niches, okay, within it. So let's say I'm looking at wall art, like this one. This amazing wall art is making 16,992. So I'd look at it and think, okay, is it something maybe I could do slightly different? Is there something I could do with this maybe that has a different angle? I would start analyzing and looking at that. But essentially, I would look at products that are selling, because if it's not selling, it's not even worth getting into. Okay, don't try and reinvent the wheel. Try to do something that exists, that works, but yet try to give it a little different take on it, maybe improve on it, and see if there's something that you could actually do yourself. So I definitely do my analysis through something like this SEO software. Do your research. Is it a product that will sell? Is there a demand for it? That's your main question, really, that you're doing. So the next thing that I would actually do is, once I've established that it's a good product and I can, and it will sell, this is where you create you'd create a fantastic design. So if it's something like, let's say, I don't know, whether it be a Tumblr wrap, right, which is something that you could do in Midjourney really quickly, I would obviously start analyzing this particular niche. So once I establish the product, I'll start analyzing this particular niche. And then what I would do is I would like to create a fantastic listing, an amazing listing around it. But what I do need to do before I do that is I would look and say, for example, if I look at Tumblr wraps, right? I would look and see what is a good sub niche within the Tumblr wrap niche that I should look and try and do. So for example, right now on my screen, I'm looking at Tumblr wrap, but it's a specific type. It's a 3D floral Tumblr wrap, which is a sub niche. So is this something that I could do? When I see that there's a gap and it's a possibility and I should go for it, then what I would do is I would then start ensuring my listing is fantastic. Now what you've got here is, this is a listing. So you've got a listing with 3 images. Me personally, I would use all the images that are available to me. So if you've got like a few more boxes that you could fill in your images, then I'd use it all. I'd use it for the images, I'd use it for the mock-ups, I'd use it for FAQs. That means answering the questions that the potential customer might have. I would basically answer everything that they may have in their head and try and answer it. Okay, so that's what I would do. I'd make sure I got a fantastic listing, and to be fair, what I would do is I'd look at listings that exist and I'd look at what sales are happening. So for example, which I'll do with EVERBEE again, I'll look at product analytics, and then I look at the Tumblr wrap listings that are selling particularly well. Okay, so I would go to the product analytics very quickly. So look, and then I would go to sort it. Now obviously there are many things you need to take into consideration, how old the listing is and so on. But if it's a fairly new listing and it's a new store particular, then that's a good shout to look at. But I'm gonna just look at a bundle, let's say, because bundles do pretty well, yeah. But even this really cool 3D florals doing quite well, 3,500 or so. But let's just let's look at some other ones. Like for example, you got a few other good listings. This one's been around for a month, which is not that old. Okay, obviously I'm not analyzing store, I'm just analyzing this $3,000 being around for a month. So people seem to like that one, right? They're buying it. And again, they've got these nice cool watercolor. Now I do see the beautiful thing about when you know about what sells is that I know that watercolor is a popular thing on Etsy. People love watercolor designs, and they also love floral, and what I do know as well, if you look at my previous videos, is that poppy also is is an unsaturated market to get into. So it's a type of floral that you should maybe think about. Sunflowers, people love sunflowers. You got the dove and the sunflower. These are quite beautiful, guys. Look, really nice, and there's a bit of also really nice backgrounds to them. So in this case, they're kind of Bible verses bundle, right? So it's a bit more specific in this way. But in terms of the design I'm talking about itself, it's a really attractive design that people like. They like watercolor, they like floral. So then obviously, if I was to do my listing and design, I might incorporate something that I've seen, like the watercolor and the floral. So remember, niche, niche, niche. So Tumblr wrap, you've gathered that that's what you want to maybe do. You might then look at the watercolor style and the floral style. And then within the floral, you might go into the sunflower and poppy. So this is where you start looking and finding those little gaps in the market, right? But essentially, what you'll have is you'll have a cool listing, right? And your listing should be very clear. So if you go to one that sells pretty well, you know that you have to have a very clear image with lots of showing you what the 40 bundle, if it's a bundle, what they look like. Now, each of these has a mock-up, right? There's a mock-up on them. So what I'm saying is they're showing you what this looks like. Actually, they show you 3 little Tumblr wraps together, right? This is what they look like. So they're showing you all of the designs in clarity, right? That's one image. Then they're using the video to give you the animated one. And I like this animated, which goes through all of the designs, exactly how you would get it, how it would look. Also very nice mock-up, nice animated mock-up, that one. Again, that goes a long way. So your listing needs to include many things. A video, kind of animated, nice clarity with minimal background, very clear. And also a close-up of the actual images, because people want to know what it actually looks like close up, right? This shows you all of them, very nice and close. So they've used pretty much all the images that are available, which is good. See, all the images are used to show you what's there. You may want to also add other things like some written information to kind of explain also a bit more if you need to. Now, the other thing that is also very important if you want to get your first 100 sales is to push and push and push to try and get your first 10 reviews. Reviews go a long way. Look at this. If I look at this screen, you can see all I see is stars. I'm looking for stars. If I'm a customer, I'm looking for stars. I'm not going to click on one that hasn't got stars because I don't have that trust element yet with them. When I look at the stars, there's trust there. People bought there. People like it because it's got 5 stars. So there is a trust thing there. And then I'll go deeper. If there's one with 5 stars, I'd even look and see how many stars there are. So it's essential you get reviewed quickly. You get those 5 stars. you get as many stars as you can and start building. Because look, if I'm going to compare these two, or these two, for example, this one has 10.2k reviews, this one has 855, right? So when I click on it, although they are different designs, but let's say they were the same design, right? Now this is really about the shop. This actual item has 57 reviews, right? The actual item itself. So when you're looking at the reviews, you're looking at the store reviews, and that's gonna be like what you would really kind of go for, because it's got more than the other one. And this one's got 199 actually, the actual listing itself, but the shop has got 10,000. So this store has a lot more. So I'd kind of maybe go for this one, because and if I like the design, I'll go for it, because there's more of a trust thing with that one, because more people have bought from it, more people have given it 5 stars. And actually what I'll tend to do is I'll go down the reviews and start reading them and start looking how they're doing in terms of quality, delivery and customer service, if they're all 5s as well. And actually what they're saying in terms of the customers, because that goes a long way. I'd even look and see if they got pictures of the product, because I want to see what it actually looks like when they get it and if they're happy with it. So more reviews, more trust. So you've got to get those, to get those 100 sales, you need to get those reviews real quick. Get it on the socials, get people coming to see and click on it, friends and family, all of that. Just get it very quickly, people, to try and get the price lower, get it real cheap, put a sale on it, do anything you can to get the sale. Personally, what I'll do is, this is my personal opinion, is that I'll do ads at the beginning just to kickstart my listing. I like to do ads, but that's my own personal opinion, right? That is kind of just to give that push. Now, the other thing I would definitely do to get those first 100 sales is, there's another sort of strand to this, which is another skill that I would do, is not only looking at, let's say, Tumblr wraps, right? Let's say it's a Tumblr wrap niche that you want to get into, okay? Because we just say, like, let's imagine if it was, but this can be applied to any niche. What I'm talking about can be applied to any niche. Now, you will see that a lot of the you need to know what type. Remember, we talked about design, we talked about watercolor, seems to be something popular, floral possibly, but you got to make sure that you're going deeper into a type of floral, so that's not saturated. But more than that, you need to do other things. You need to bundle it up. You need to give them value, so that they might want a bundle of loads of different Tumblr wraps, okay? So bundle it up. But then also there's a really, really cool thing that you could also do, which is making sure that you are able to have that same design, which is a crossover for different products. Okay, let me explain that, because that's a little bit deep. But basically what I would do is, and there's some smart sellers out there that actually do this really, really well. So I want to very quickly show you, because it impresses me when I see sellers do this, and I've talked about actually this actual listing before, and it's a really smart way of doing it. But what I would do is, like, say for example, you're selling Tumblr wraps now, and it's a sunflower design. So I'll just show you this very quickly. Now, if it's a sunflower design, you could actually use that Tumblr. Let's say it's a Tumblr wrap. Yeah, there it is, Tumblr wrap. You could actually use that design and create other designs for other products. Sorry, the same design, the sunflower one, for other products. And this is not actually hard, because I tell you what that does. That not only gives you more exposure for listings for different products like this, like you be in the mug niche, Libican, yep, the mouse mat niche, the wind spinner niche, you'll be in coaster niche, you'll be in so many different niches, because you can create many different listings for different products using that same design that you did for the Tumblr. Because what tends to happen, guys, you will get, someone might like a sunflower design for your Tumblr. They'll go to your store and think, because they like a sunflower design, they'll buy another product because they like the design. It happens all the time. People like that design, but they will like it on different products. That will get you more sales, get you more exposure, get your ranking up higher, and definitely get more sales for you. So that's another method, guys. This is a fantastic way of actually getting more exposure, beating that Etsy algorithm, get yourself out there and getting those sales. Now, here's a few more ideas, guys. I've written these down because I wanted to really go through in detail what we should be looking at. Now, there's something very important about also this is that people are nosy. So they might not, once you get them through the door, which is basically looking at your listing and then they're going to your listing, right? Once they're through the door, you got to convert that sale. Now, thing is, people are nosy. So they might look at the price and think, okay, that's not bad. You know, they might look and see your reviews and think, yeah, that's pretty good. But then what they'll do is they'll go and click on your shop. So they'll have a look and nosy around in your store and then think, okay, let me have a look at this store. Ooh, what's this store like? What have they got? What else are they selling? How they're doing? So what you have to do, your branding, guys, your branding for your store has to be on point. It has to look good, has to look clean, has to look really attractive, and make sure that it also explains things, has things in categories. It's clear, guys, because this also goes a long way. And also they're looking around seeing if you're able to get sales in any other niches or any other things, or, you know, different areas. So guys, it goes a long way. Now, the other thing to get those 100 sales, guys, not only is it about making sure that the other parts of your store look right, because everything is ticking a box mentally for the customer. They're thinking, okay, listing is nice. Okay, I like the product. The price is good, and so forth. Actually, this is touching on something else. The pricing, right? The pricing is absolutely important. Yeah, we can look at any product, and I can tell you right now, so many on Etsy will have a sale price, right? So many have a sale price, and the reason why they have a sale price is because they have more exposure to different areas, because the Etsy algorithm likes to push these sales. Okay, look at this. Sale ends in 4 hours, right? 40% off. Wherever I look on Etsy, look, 14 baskets, 11.59, 25% off. You'll find a sale. If I was going to start out to get the 100 sales, I would have a really fantastic sale. I would have a really low price, lower than anybody else, and I would have also a really good sale. That way, algorithm will favor you, because they're saying, wow, this is a really good deal. We need to push it out to all these people so they can see this great deal, and let's see if it's going to get clicked on. They're going to give you the opportunity to get clicked, but you got to have a fantastic price. I would go with the cheapest. It's a digital product anyway. I'm not going to lose much, really, so I'd make it as cheap as possible, right? And then I would also put a sale on it. That's how I do at the beginning. You can always raise it later. Once you get all your reviews and you got everything there in place, it's fine. That's what everyone does. They raise the price later. But you got to, first of all, just get through the door. Get those sales coming through. So this is something that I definitely recommend, and I do suggest is definitely a must, guys. You really got to consider that. Long-term, short-term, and I wouldn't even say loss. It's not even a short-term loss because it's a digital product. For long-term gains, it's the journey, guys. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? You got to have the patience and you got to have the diligence to do this, guys. Now, the other thing I will say, which is absolutely some people agree with and others don't really kind of would not actually maybe want to do it. Not everybody would, but for me personally, and it works fantastically well, and it's about ads. So if you want to get those 100 sales real quick, and I'm telling you real quick, the fastest way to do it, obviously having a good product, obviously having a good listing, obviously having a good sale and a price, you should try some ads. Now you can see right at top of this page one, you can see these are ads from these sellers. And actually I can tell that these sellers are already doing quite well. They're already doing quite well, but yet they've got ads on there. So you tell me, why would people that are selling already well put ads? Because they still want eyes on their product, guys. This is going to help them still organically. This is going to drive sales to them. And the thing is, if they figured out that if they sell, maybe if they are spending $3 or $4 a day, but yet they're making on a digital product, maybe, you know, I don't know, $100, $200, but yet they're only spending $3 or $4 a day, then they know that they've factored in that amount to the profit. So they're still making a hell of a lot of profit, but they're getting a lot of clicks and they're getting a lot of buys. So think about that. And look, Etsy promotes these obviously a lot, right? Etsy will promote it. You'll get more impressions on the Etsy, if you like, marketplace. and then you would have much more opportunity to get clicked on. And at the beginning, when you're a newbie and you're on page, I don't know, 50, page 30, wherever it is, and you're just sitting there, you're not going to get eyes on you unless you do something. You could do some fantastic SEO, which I think is absolutely necessary, but this is something that will supercharge your organic. And you don't have to keep it there. You might want to put an ad for a bit. Look, there's more. See, they put ads across the lines. Here's another line of ads, and I can already see that this one has not got as many sales. There's still a few there, but not as many sales on that one. So that one obviously wants to get. And I tell you what happens with the how it works. When you get clicked on by the ads, your organic ranking always goes up, right? So what I mean by that is if you get clicked on and you get a sale, right? The Etsy algorithm cares about sales. So if you're going to get a sale, then the organic ranking also automatically starts going up. You start going up, jumping up the pages because of those sales. So what happens is the paid ads will drag up your organic. And then what happens is you start getting those organic sales coming through. And at that tipping point, possibly, you may even want to stop after a few weeks doing the ads, which is absolutely fine, because what you'll find is your organic ranking is starting to be pushed up. And because you're starting to get more organic sales, you start going up anyway. So there is a method to it, guys, and there's also a strategy within it. But it does work, and you can see that every page you can see the paid ads, which are there in lines, because people actually want to supercharge the listing. So guys, I'm going to stop there. I hope you liked the video. I hope it gave you some tips how to get those first 100 sales real quick. But guys, don't forget, it's a science. Do check out the links in my description for EVERBEE, which will help you actually get that ranking, get those sales. And also don't forget, check out the videos for my other SEO tips, and do check out the links in my description. And if you did find value with this video, I'd appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and don't forget, do share my videos too. Take care.